The Sigma male is the rarest male archetype, and for good reason. He has many impressive traits, which is why he finds himself at the top of the social hierarchy. Independent, adaptable and self-sufficient, he is an intelligent and self-secure freethinker with fantastic leadership skills and a thirst for knowledge. Having such a plethora of amazing qualities, it may be hard to believe that he is, like the rest of us, still human. So here we are going to highlight 8 hidden flaws of the Sigma males. 1. He can be abrasive. The Sigma male wouldn't dream of intentionally being rude or insensitive, and while he doesn't set out to make people uncomfortable. One of his flaws is that when it comes to social interaction, he can come across as abrasive and has personality elements that can often rub people up the wrong way. The reason for this comes down to his introversion and rebellious nature. Being introverted means he often disregards many social customs naturally, and when we add to this his rebellious streak, his disregard for social etiquette becomes ever more compounded. As the type of man to break away from those social rules and expectations imposed on us, people may get the wrong end of the stick if they find themselves hanging out with a Sigma male, and this can have the unfortunate consequence of impacting his future relationships and even business opportunities. 2. He is a commitment phobe. When it comes to relationships, one of the flaws of a Sigma male is that he tends to avoid ever letting himself enter into a fully fledged, committed relationship. This is simply because he doesn't want to commit. Being in a committed relationship means having to compromise your way of living to suit someone else's needs, having to put someone else before yourself, having extra responsibilities, and having a commitment not only to that other person but to their social circle as well. So pretty much everything goes against the lone wolf mentality and introverted traits that make up a Sigma male, who due to this is likely to come across as emotionally unavailable. While it's certainly not a bad thing to be single, one could argue it's a necessary part of life to discover your true identity. But the flaw here is that the Sigma male spends a lot of his life missing out on the magic of having a deep and meaningful, intimate connection with someone. He may miss out on the power of true love. That's not to say he won't ever experience something similar, but it's more likely that if he does eventually find himself willing to commit, it's going to be to someone who understands him and lives similarly, like a Sigma female. 3. His public speaking skills. Public speaking seems like a daunting and nerve-wracking task to most people. But this applies even more so if you are a Sigma male. As a natural introvert, it goes against the Sigma nature to be thrust into a position where he has to perform in the spotlight, with all eyes and ears on him as he takes center stage. If this task is required of him, the Sigma male just has to grit his teeth and step out of his comfort zone to accomplish it. While generally speaking, the Sigma male is keen to try new things and eager to put himself in unfamiliar situations. Understanding that by doing so he will continue to grow and evolve as a person, public speaking is something that really makes him feel uncomfortable, as it goes against every natural fiber of his being. If public speaking is something he must regularly do for his job, then it will start to take an emotional toll on him and he can start to lose his sense of identity. But the good news is that most Sigma males won't have to do much public speaking in their careers, as they are more likely to be entrepreneurs and own their businesses due to their independent self-starter personality. Or if he is in a career where public speaking is required of him, he'll still do it well, but quickly work his way up to a top position where it won't be expected of him. 4. He needs a break to recharge. Alpha males can recharge and re-energize themselves with social interaction, but for the Sigma male, one of his flaws is that social interaction drains him, and to recharge his batteries he needs time alone. Although similar to alpha males in many ways, the Sigma is the introvert of the two, and as such he finds that socializing just stresses him out. This isn't to say he doesn't enjoy socializing. He likes hanging out with friends just as much as the next guy, but socially he only truly comes to life when he is engaged in deep and meaningful conversation with another person who he connects with, not superficial chatter with a bunch of people. Even so, any type of extended socializing will start to drain the Sigma male, and when it comes to regaining his energy, he must make a space in his schedule after social occasions to have some time alone. If he doesn't prioritize this time, then he will easily become overwhelmed and won't be able to function at full capacity, which will take a toll on his work life and mental health. 5. He can miss out on opportunities. Preferring to live a quieter and less social kind of life, this can be one of the Sigma male's biggest flaws when it comes to business. He is an excellent businessman and likely to be very good at whatever it is he does, but his introverted personality and preference for isolation means he puts himself at risk of missing out on grabbing new business opportunities. This means that he will be less likely to grow his network of people and business acquaintances. Many great business opportunities come from networking, and some people swear by it for growing their businesses. Even those who have become super successful in their field say they owe it all to networking and building their list of industry contacts. After all, as they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. 6. He is too conscious. The Sigma male is a sensitive guy and conscious about the world and people around him. But sometimes this strength can become a flaw when he starts becoming too conscious. This can lead to increased social anxiety, and the Sigma male, who normally doesn't care at all what others think, may start to become increasingly self-conscious, which can lead him to spiral. It's exhausting and overwhelming when we are worried about how others perceive us, and that anxiety just increases when you spend time around other people. The Sigma male is a smart guy and is aware that his strength of higher consciousness can become a flaw if he allows it to get out of control, as being hyper-aware will restrict his ability to use his power of the subconscious mind. This is why the Sigma male is likely to practice mindfulness or meditation in order to keep himself grounded and to avoid a negative downward spiral. 7. He is fiercely loyal. Sigma males tend to be loyal to a fault, which is one of his most amazing traits. When it comes to close loved ones like his friends and family, there is nobody that they can trust more than him. It might take him a long time to let you into his very small social circle, but once he does, he is fiercely loyal and will never betray you. This all sounds great, right? So where is the flaw? Well, the issue is that he likes to give people the benefit of the doubt and can leave himself open to being taken advantage of by letting the wrong people get close to him. Such as those who don't hold loyalty in such high regard and who fail to appreciate the unconditional support and care that the Sigma male offers. This can cause a lot of emotional pain for the sensitive Sigma male, and it can take him a while to recover from such betrayal. So while the Sigma male's loyalty is one of his best traits, it also means he has to make a conscious effort to be more discerning and selective of who he lets into his innermost circle and ultimately who deserves his loyalty. 8. He is sensitive. The Sigma male is a cerebral type of guy. He is introspective and likes to spend a lot of time inside his head. So it can't be of much a surprise to know that he has a sensitive side. Now, this doesn't mean he's weak or any less masculine than the alpha, and being sensitive is a great thing. But where it presents itself as a flaw is that it does mean that the Sigma is prone to being negatively affected by people close to him, to take things a little more personally and at times feeling kind of attacked by the ones he loves. For instance, if he has family members who try to sabotage him, try to bring him down, or a friend condescendingly speaks to him trying to make him feel inferior. The Sigma male is likely to be more reactive to this than the alpha male. However, this only applies to the Sigma male's close group of friends and family. The words and actions of strangers have no impact on him whatsoever.